Oh my gosh, Sangho does not think about anything. In the previous episode, he sits next to Chisu, but the reason is because it's right next to the fan. And so it's lucky for Chisu who wants to get to know him. And similarly, in this episode, it seems very obvious that the drinks has something to do with the dates. There's a set of drinks for the guys, a set of drinks for the girls. Chisu, having gotten the information from the library that Sangho likes mango juice, she picks juice. And Sangho does end up picking it. They match with the juice. So Chizu and Sangho go on a date, and Chizu asks him, "Did you notice that I also picked the juice?" He's just like, "No, I just was thirsty on a juice." What an idiot. And so I thought to myself, I was just like, should I give him some slack because he grew up in an all boys high school, studied engineering, military, whatever. He described in his interview that he was surrounded by guys all the time. And then I thought to myself, no, because emotional intelligence expands beyond dating. In Korean, we call it nunchi. He has no nunchi. Maybe I can cut him some slack because he hasn't had any experience dating. I hope that after he watches the show and watches how he's behaving and how people are reacting to his behavior, I really hope that he decides to become a little bit more self-aware about what he's doing. Like, oh my gosh. So after the date, they're having the interview about how the date went. Sangho, he's like, my goal was to have like a smooth conversation back and forth. And I think I did that. In Korea, the phrase that he used was like tiki taka. And it's a phrase of like tiki taka, right? Like give and take, like it's smooth conversation back and forth. And the Cupids, the commentators, they're just like, that wasn't tiki taka, that was just tiki. I thought that was hilarious. And so there is like such a disconnect between his perception and reality. Because in Chizu's interview, she's expressing how she was disappointed. Like she was expressing herself and she did so directly. Like she told him that he was her first impression pick. He's closest to her ideal type, the teddy bear fit. He wasn't really asking her questions, showing her interest. And so she thought to herself, he's not interested in me. He's probably interested in his first pick, Yomyong. And so she said she lost confidence. I'm just like, dude, I think it's the saddest thing on a date when one person thinks it went well, because Hangwon thinks it went well, and then the other person, Chisu, didn't think it went well. And that shows such a disconnect in social awareness. The bar is so low. I mean, considering he thought the date went well, I'm sure he's overconfident in himself. Like he's just like, like she's interested in me and I'm interested in her, probably work out. He didn't say it, but if there's any takeaway from this date in particular, self-awareness is extremely attractive, and the lack of it is extremely unattractive. And unfortunately, some of you lack self-awareness. You twist reality to fit your own personal narrative and perception. In coaching, I help people see and tell the truth. And I recognize the truth is sometimes uncomfortable. And the better you get at handling discomfort, the more you'll be able to improve the quality of your life. And it's much better than living in ignorance, especially if your goal is to share your life with a partner.